Today we want to talk about what's going on in the real estate market because as you might have noticed, there's a lot of inventory. Homes are sitting for a little bit longer, we're seeing days on market increase, and we're seeing some downward pricing pressure. We have with us today Tushar. He's our head of financial development here at Zoodealio and handles all of our underwriting across all of our teams. So I thought you'd be a great expert to pull in to kind of talk about what you're seeing, Tushar, in the market, days on market, any call outs, any specific regions. Give us your thoughts.
I would like to thank you to invite me on the table and talk about it. So the basic situations that I'm thinking about right now is how the specific markets which were really hard a few months ago are not taking well enough. Even in the spring, it's not picked up well. There's consistently a big rise on the inventory levels on national level. We are seeing across more than 180 days of inventory on an average on national levels. And considering hot markets like Bay Area, it's having like more than 9 months inventory at certain zip codes. And I would like to also point out that certain states like Florida and Georgia and Texas, they have taken a huge dip on that. And even though Florida was supposed to be a very, very hot market during COVID, they had a huge influx of new population out there, which seems to be receding back now. That might be one of the calls which people need to understand and adjust when they're listing their homes. And they need to understand that the market, if you are in the market in these particular states, you need to be well aware of the facts that there are heavy reductions and heavy competition going to be faced. That's the main agenda right now.
So a lot of inventory, increasing days on market, prices coming down a little.
I would say that because the prices have come down, the sellers have now taken it up, and in consideration of the interest rates too, buyers are backed out. They are still waiting for some good signals from Feds, which doesn't come yet. But then that might be one of the reasons why the sellers are still not getting what they want to, and the rates which they have listed it for is not taking a good address from the buyer's end.
You manage all of the underwriting for Zoodealio, and we underwrite
almost like
tens of thousands of properties a month.
Yes, we are doing it, yes.
So, but you also have your own property portfolio, and walk me through maybe what are the top 3, 4, 5 indicators that you're looking at to gauge how the real estate market is going to be in the future.
If you want to put it like on a future, I would like to span it out in 2 sections, which would be near future and a bit extended, maybe 5 years pattern, because ownership of home is like a pinnacle of a lot of population around. They want to own a home. But understanding the current economic stress and uncertainty, people are now opting out and edging towards more on rentals rather than owning. That does make sense in short term because right now the interest rates are higher. It might be a bit of pressure to own a home, but that's coming because now when the market is going to go shallow, there'll be reduction of prices, and that's the time when you need to be ready and prepared to get your ownership in shape. And that's the time when you need to go out and buy. Because not all the time you will find that you can buy the lowest dip. No, you have to keep yourself ready and prepared to take a dip when you are ready, when you find a good home for yourself. That's the key to that home part of your life where you own a big asset, which is your majority of wealth all across the board. That's the heaviest of asset class which you will ever own, and people see it like that, and that's the best.
Mm-hmm. Well, and kind of having 2 worlds here, we're also here with James. He's one of our front-end developers. He also does marketing, sales. You're on a lot of side quests for Zoodealio. You do a lot for Zoodealio in different fashions. And I think that, taking into account maybe what some of the things Tushar is sharing with us is that inventory is rising, days on market are increasing, we're seeing prices coming down. And what we know is that the realtor community is adapting to all of these changes. And so anything, James, that you're seeing on your end, any insights that you can share with us on maybe how agents are adapting in this changing market?
Sure. So, what I've noticed is, you can't really overcome the market. If the market is down, things are going to be down across all boards. So across the board. So it's something important to note is that the agents that are having good success are still building that momentum, even when it feels like it's invisible. It's kind of invisible momentum. Like, what are you doing the day-to-days? I'm making my phone calls. I'm following up. I'm doing all those processes that I need to be doing, even if they're not giving immediate returns, that immediate feedback. Oh, I got a listing today, or I sold a house today. it's things that you're doing that will constantly build up momentum, because when that market switches, you've built those relationships and you've got that momentum that all of a sudden kicks on and they start to have success. So that's what I've been seeing is agents have been all having the same problems, and good agents are having the same exact problems. And so a good agent will be more confident knowing that, hey, I'm doing everything that I need to be doing right now, and still driving the ship forward. And others might falter and be worried about it. So just keep that confidence level up and do those little things that are going to drive business.
I agree. I liken it to going to the gym. You know, if you go to the gym today, am I going to wake up tomorrow and be like 10 pounds thinner? No. But if I keep going to the gym, 6 months from now, I might wake up and be 10 pounds thinner. And so it's like, you got to keep doing the thing, keep in contact with your people. You have both mentioned something really interesting. Tushar had mentioned that you can't necessarily buy the dip. You don't necessarily know when that's going to be. I mean, you had mentioned that when the market and the momentum shifts, you got to be ready to handle it for whatever that might be. I like, maybe what is one parting piece of advice? It could be to a homeowner, it could be to a real estate agent. What is a piece of advice that you would give to them during these times that are just a little bit more challenging?
Personally, talking on the sweet spot for the sellers, I would start with the sellers, then agent, and then the buyers. For the sellers, you need to understand, and the self-assessment on your own home is a really important piece here, because the market is changing so fast. And the competition keeps dropping and you keep following the curve, you lose it. You have to be ahead of the curve and make sure that you adjust the expectations from your asset which you're selling to be on the right spot. And the reduction needs to come before your competition puts it on spot, because people have more options. People are putting up for a beauty contest. They are making their home up, spending dollars, making it more beautiful. It's more becoming a distress call at times. You need to understand that, and you have to place your expectations on the right spot, market it well, and that's the only way to get around. For agents, I would say like staging, maybe marketing, maybe spending on cash offer deals, maybe leads, even like putting up together for online marketing. There are more online tools now which rarely old school agents use. Big houses have rarely get their heads around the new tools. Like they do not even know, like Facebook marketing is not even getting that kind of gentry right now. So those are the tools that the agents might need to be well equipped with before they start listing and processing their sales. For buyers end, you need to be prepared with your finances so that you can hit it hard on the first goal, and so that your work, your documents, your finances, and everything, those are set together. As soon as you find your home which you like, do not miss it, because people are looking for like crashing prices. It's going to be off right away. So you need to be prepared with that.
Solid advice. Okay, I like it. How about you, James? What do you got for us?
Yeah, so I mentioned the day-to-days, but what are the cool opportunities that you can be tapping into that are thinking outside of the box? So my man, Tony Robbins, we all love him here. He gave a really good example once of a realtor who, so the waste management company had gone on strike, and there was trash everywhere building up in his community. And he was working with Tony. He said, hey, Tony, what do you think about me hiring a private trash collecting company to come and clean this all up? Let everyone know it's advertising. And Tony said, that's perfect. One tweak I'm going to give you, don't tell anyone it's you. Do not tell anyone, they will figure it out. Sure enough, everybody figured it out. They're all like, who? They started coming to him, and he was like, yeah. They offered to help pay and things like that. And he said, no, I got it. Just if you or one of your friends wants to sell your house or buy a house, just think of me first. That's all I ask. So there's a way to hijack current events, whether it's, big current events in the news or in your local community. So think of those clever ways to go along with what you're doing on a day-to-day. And social media is huge. I mean, you can be, there's people doing crazy things, whether you're a musician playing guitar on a skateboard, going down a hill. I mean, you got to put yourself out there, but there's some fun things you can figure out to do to get some attention.
Solid advice. Thanks for tuning in. What do you think? Drop it in the comments below.